I'm a huge proponent of daylight saving time, and I think that it's really important that we here in Europe keep it. And I'm gonna explain why in a second. And what worries me is that negative opinion around DST is getting louder and louder. And sooner rather than later, European Parliament will be pressured into cancelling it. And I think it's gonna be a huge mistake. I recently saw Hannah's Fry video titled "Daylight Saving is a Waste of Time." And it got whopping 100,000 likes. And comments like this, EU citizens voted for stopping this madness years ago, but nothing happened, also got 9,000 likes. In this context, I don't care about Benjamin Franklin or the farmers or whatever other pretext you can throw at me as to why DST was invented in the first place. What I care and what I believe in is what my eyes are telling me and what I see outside my window living in a big city, as the majority of Europe does. Majority of Europe is townsfolk and people who live in big cities. Look at all the cheerful and gay crowds of people frolicking around at 5:30 a.m. No, everyone is asleep. The only people who are up this early are some weirdos and dog owners. The rest is still in bed, catching up on their last dreams before waking up to start their day before work or school. And the thing is that for the next 3 months, the sunrise will creep earlier and earlier into the morning, when at the peak of daylight duration, in my city, sunrise will be at 4:46 a.m. That's adjusted for DST. Without DST, it's gonna be 3:46 a.m. Like, tell me please, who needs sunlight this early in the morning when like 99% of people are still in bed? I just don't understand it. And another thing that I don't understand is that we need this light during the day. Look at this video I made just the day before switching to DST. Look at the timestamp. It's 3:45 p.m. It's 3:45 p.m. Look at the shadow. Look at the shadows that's growing on the building opposite my apartment complex. This is the shadows that my 14-story apartment complex actually casts on the building opposite. The shadow inches onto the building, and then it devours it completely in the matter of 20 minutes. Basically, at 4 p.m., these people, their rooms are now in the shadow till the rest of the day. The next day, when we are switched to DST, these people gain 1 hour of sunlight. It's not gonna be 4 p.m. anymore. It's gonna be 5 p.m. So it's more sunlight to do your homework as a student, to just let sunlight into your room because it boosts your mood. What DST does, it moves 1 hour that nobody needs from 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning and gives it to people at 5 p.m. And by the way, I really love this motto that they have in English: sprint forward, fall back. Like, this is so cute. I want to show you 2 cool websites that hopefully are gonna help me to get my point across. So here you can see the Earth and how sunlight actually falls onto our planet. So let me try and see what we can do here. So this is, I don't know what it shows actually. Okay, so but we can play with settings. Okay, 1 second. We're gonna normal increments, finer increments. Okay, 1 second. Sun. Okay, this is the sun path. I have no idea what it means. Okay, where is the sun? Let's locate the sun. It's gotta be somewhere here. So this is the Earth, and there it is. There's the sun. Now, what else? We have the equator right here. Okay, good. Now I actually want to change. I want to change this from London to Kiev. Let me try. Let me try and see what we can do here. Okay. Let's see. Yep. Okay. 1 second. Map. Let's choose Kiev. Let's choose Kiev. Okay, here we go. How do I do it? Okay, we jumped somewhere. I'm not sure what that is. Okay, one more time. Kiev. Yay, perfect. Apply changes. Okay, so Kiev. Here's the slider. We can see that in the summer, here we go, we have huge amount of light shining onto the north hemisphere. So yeah, basically here the sun. Okay, one second. Okay, so right now it's gonna be the part when the North Pole is covered. The sun never rises in North Pole. Okay, so wait a second. I want to rotate. Wait, I want to rotate the Earth. Can I rotate the Earth here? I know. Now I understand what's going. How you can navigate the Earth right here. So you can choose. You can choose the date. So for example, if we're choosing December. And here you can see exactly the angle and the amount of Earth's surface that is lit up by the sun, right? And now you can go to a time of the day slider, and you can see that right now in winter the sun simply, like, no matter how the Earth rotates around its own axis, the sunlight never shines on it. Okay, this is so cool. This is so cool. So yeah, basically in winter, North Pole never gets any sunlight. So we have latitude and longitude, or maybe vice versa, longitude and latitude. Let me just check which one is which. Latitude and longitude. Okay, so wait, latitude. Okay, so equator, it's 0. Equator is 0 degree of latitude, right? 0 degree, 0, 30, 60, 90. That's right. I think latitude, it goes equator, it's horizontal lines, right? Latitude is horizontal lines, and longitude are vertical lines. Am I correct? Am I correct? Longitude, yeah, longitude are vertical lines. Okay, longitude are vertical lines. So, okay, latitude is equator and longitude is vertical lines. Okay, so like the closer you are to equator, the more equalized daytime and nighttime get. So basically you have like 12, the closer to the equator you have more like 12 hours of daytime and 12 hours of darkness. And you don't need to make any adjustments throughout the year, because it's gonna be the same all year round. So every day you're gonna, like, the sunrise is gonna be at 7 a.m. and then at 7 p.m. There's gonna be sunset, right? Let me check my guess here. So here's another cool site that I wanted to show you. I love this graph. It's so perfect. It's a perfect visual demonstration of what's happening. First of all, look how short is the duration of daylight during winter month. And then as we are getting closer and closer to summer months, the daylight duration grows. And you can clearly see what DST does right here. So basically, here's the date of changing to DST, right? So basically, we take the sunset and push it an hour later in the morning, so we can get this hour of sunlight later in the evening. This is so cool. This is so cool. I just can't, I really appreciate it, and I want everybody to appreciate it. Okay, so let's see. Let's choose a city somewhere in the equator. Okay, I wish it showed where the equator is actually. here. Okay, we need another map. Equator. So we are looking at this part right here in Latin America. We can use Latin America. Okay, let's choose Colombia, Bogota. Let's choose Bogota. Okay, let's see. 1 second. Yeah, okay, it is 4 degrees to the north from equator. Good enough. Good enough. Let's choose Bogota and let's go right here. So I'm gonna type in Bogota, Colombia. Yeah, look at that, look at that. This is so cool. No, seriously, I can't, like, this is so cool. Like, it would make 0 sense, and they don't have this switch to DST because it wouldn't make any sense for them. They have, like, it's all the same throughout the year. The same time of the day, sunrise, the same time of the day, sunset. No need to change that. But the further you go to the poles, we see this curve. We see that the daylight. Okay, so 1 second. Like, again, let's take some other European city. In Spain, it still kind of makes sense to move the hour of sunrise a little bit further into the morning, later into the morning, and give this hour to the evening. All right, so let's actually let's go to June. What do we have here? When the day is gonna be at its longest. So day length like 15 hours and 12 minutes. So it's like 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd of June. And yeah, here the sun is gonna rise at 6:29 a.m. Adjusted time is adjusted for DST. So without DST, it's gonna be 5:30 a.m. And the sunset is at 21:41, almost at 10 p.m. Again, without DST, it's gonna be 8:41 p.m. So again, here it's still like questionable. Do they need switching to DST in Spain or not? But again, European Union is a bunch of countries, and it wouldn't make a lot of sense if all of them have different time zones and different times all the time. So you gotta kind of stick to some rule. Okay, so but still works. It's not terrible. It still works. Again, then we have all these Central European countries like France, Poland, Germany, Austria, Hungary, Ukraine. We need this strongly. And then again, further north you go, it again flips the picture entirely, completely, because there you have half of the year you have plenty of sunlight, the land of the midnight sun. Basically, the sun never ends. Let's choose a Scandinavian city. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. So basically, again, in winter, it doesn't make any sense to switch to DST. But again, then you have like half the countries do it, half the countries don't do it, and you have a mess. You have to stick to something. You have to choose something and stick to it. And please stick, because I know Russia changed. Russia cancelled DST. And since then, I remember it's also been a talk for Ukraine. We have to abolish this, but Ukraine definitely need this. So right now, these are current, and also these are current times. Again, adjusted for DST. So yeah, you can see it right here. Before DST, sun rose at 6 a.m. and set at 7 p.m. But now we switched to DST. The sun rises later, 1 hour later in the morning, and accordingly, respectively, it sets also 1 hour later. and during the height of summer, it's gonna be just ridiculous. Let's go. June, go. Okay, 1 second. So yeah, we see this is the entire year. So you can just go move the slider and see that basically here it is. They move into this tiny zone of what it's called nautical twilight. So they go into like a couple of hours of nautical twilight, then it's civil twilight, and then it's just daylight. For what is the duration? 1 second. It should say something. Yeah. So you can see it right here. Look, total daytime that they total daylight time that they get is almost 19 hours. 19 hours. It's in Oslo. So yeah, again, for them it doesn't. So here it is, the height of summer. Again, everything is adjusted for DST. If you want to know how it would be without DST, you have to move everything 1 hour behind, right? So the sun rises at basically 4 a.m. and sets at almost 11 p.m. Without it, it's gonna be 3 a.m. sunrise, 10 p.m. sunset. So yeah, for them, for Nordic countries, DST doesn't make much sense. Look, you can even set twilight zones here. How cool is that? It doesn't matter how they move their clocks because they are never get the full sunset. Like they get the sunset, but they are like in the zone of it's called civil twilight. What is civil twilight? Civil dusk. Is civil dusk and civil twilight the same thing? So yeah, basically civil dusk is the point in the evening when the sun reaches 6 degrees below the horizon. So it goes below the horizon. Okay, here. They are in civil twilight, 2:30 a.m. The height of summer. Here's for them, for Oslo, the sun appears on the horizon at 3:10 a.m. and then the day lasts until about 9:30 p.m. and then again they are briefly for several hours. 1 second. For how many hours? Like for 3, right? For 3 or 4 hours they experience this twilight, civil twilight. Astronomical twilight never even sets in. So yeah, maybe for Scandinavian countries DST doesn't make a lot of sense, but for northern Italy, northern Spain, France, Germany, Poland, Central Europe, Slovenia, Hungary, Slovakia, Serbia, it does make sense. It does make sense to move this 1 hour from 3 a.m. when the sun rises to the evening, to spend more time with your loved ones in a park, at the beach. Like why? Why would people be so opposed to it? I don't understand. But latitude is only one part of the story. Longitude also plays a crucial role in how we define time on Earth and how clocks work. Let's look at time zones. Time zones. Oh, perfect. Look, it's the same. This is the same website, time and date. All right. So what I want to show you, 24 time zones, right? Each time zone takes 15 degrees on the Earth's surface. And I talk about, again, either longitude or latitude. Which one was the equator? I don't remember now. But it doesn't matter. So we have like this 15 degrees. What I liked about Ukraine before Russia attacked us and killed many Ukrainian people and leveled many Ukrainian towns and cities is that how neatly we are tucked in one single time zone. So there are 24 time zones, and in perfect world, time zone would stretch across 15 degrees of longitude. And Ukraine did just that. If we take Luhansk and we take a look, so it is located at 39 degrees of longitude, right? 39 degrees. And then if we go to and look at Uzhgorod, it's located at 22. So slightly more, right? 39 and 22, 17 degrees. But what it means for Ukraine, what it means for our clocks. The time is the same everywhere. It doesn't matter whether you are in Kharkiv here, or in Lugansk, or in Kiev, or in Lviv, or in Uzhgorod. The clock shows the same time for everyone, because we live in one country. It's easier for us to do business like that. But there is a real difference in astronomical daytime, because it takes approximately 1 hour for the Earth to rotate 15 degrees to show this part of the Earth to the Sun. I'm gonna try to explain it a little bit clearer right now. So if we take a look here, so I have a dot. This is Lugansk, right? So again, we are, what day is it? Is it still June? It is June. So we are, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what, we can change it to, let's change it to, let's say, October. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So what matters? So here, look, we can see this is Lugansk. This is the Dnieper River, and these are the Carpathian Mountains. So Uzhgorod is behind. I think it's over the it's over the, let's see. Oh, okay, yeah. So here are the Carpathian Mountains, right? And here's Uzhgorod. Here's Uzhgorod right here. So basically, we cannot put second dot right here, but Uzhgorod is gonna be somewhere right here. It will take, and I don't see the Carpathians. Okay, here they are. Here's Uzhgorod. Uzhgorod is still in the darkness. Even though it shows the same time on the clock, it's still 6:27. But for the Earth to rotate these 15 degrees, it will take approximately 1 hour. The sun sets at 17. Wait, that's October. We changed it's not. Yeah, we're not. Yeah, I was sort of like, why is it 6:27? So we changed to October. So we are right now. It's October, right? But still, I think October. We changed last Sunday, right? Last Sunday of DST change. Where is fallback? November. Okay, yeah, it's November or last weekend of October. But in Luhansk the sun rises, but in Uzhgorod they have to wait approximately an hour for the Earth to rotate, and the sunlight will get actually to them. So the clock shows the same thing, but actual position of the Earth towards the sun is different. I was like, okay, so Ukraine is fortunately or unfortunately stretched across entire 1 hour of a time zone. And I thought, okay, maybe. And I thought for myself that Europe is made of a bunch of different countries. For them, it's not that important. And the countries are smaller than Ukraine. Ukraine is really stretched from east to west. But then it dawned on me that the entire European Union is a Central European time zone. It's entire one time zone, and that has a huge stretch from east to west. So it's very important. It's very important for sunsets for eastern part of the time zone. If you cancel DST, you will fuck up the poles. So the eastern part of Europe will get wrecked, basically. Eastern part of the time zone really benefits from DST. I have 3 cities here. I have Krakow in Poland, Frankfurt am Main in Germany, and Lille in France. I chose these 3 cities because they are located on the same latitude, 50 degrees, but they have different longitudes. They are in the same time zone, but you can see that Lille is almost 3 degrees longitude, and Krakow, then Frankfurt is 8 degrees, and Krakow is 20 degrees longitude. Krakow in Alberta, Canada. No. Krakow. Okay, so let's look at Krakow. Again, during the summer height, 16 hours. Yeah, it's basically the same for the Kiev. 16 hours and 22 minutes of total daylight time. Okay, so what are we looking today? Today, sun rose at 6:21 a.m. adjusted for DST. Without it, it would have been 5:21, and the sun sets at 7 p.m. Without DST, it's gonna be 6 p.m. So we have 6:21 and 19:18 for Krakow. Let's skip Frankfurt am Main, but yeah, basically you can look at all these numbers right here. So for Krakow, it's 6:21, 5:21 before DST, 19:08. 1808 before DST sunset. Frankfurt am Main, we move further to the west. DST is not going to be that important because the sun rose for them not at 6:21 but at 7:06, and it would have been 6:06 before DST. And again, the sunset for them is also not so crucial. 1954. Without that's with DST. Without it, it would have been 1854. So again, eastern parts of the time zone benefit more from the DST. Again, let's take and Lille, like it's very further. It's very west. It's the westernmost city in the time zone. So sun rose today at 7:28. Without DST, it would have been 6:28. And it's gonna set at, yeah, but you see the difference. What is the difference? 18. It's not even a time zone and a half. It's 18. Time zone, like canonical, is 15 degrees, right, in longitude. But here we have 18 degrees. So these 18 degrees place 1 hour. Yeah, we can basically see 1 hour difference. Yeah, here it is, 1 hour difference in real position of the sun. And like, do poles really need sunrise at 5:20? I doubt it. Yes, it sucks for Lille because for them, but for them the sunrise moved from 6:28 when it's pretty comfortable to 7:28. But again, it's today. It's March the 30th. For the next 3 months until the June, until the mid of June, 20th, 21st June, the daylight is gonna extend in both directions, into the morning and into the evening. So yeah, I really enjoy, like, why let's take a look at June. Let's go to June, and this is the final thought for today. So let's just look what happens in June. So Krakow, right? We know already that the height of the summer, the day is gonna last, daylight is gonna last 16 hours 23 minutes. We can see it right here. Yeah, here we are. So that's like 17th June of 17th of June, 18th of June, and it's gonna last until 25th of June, and then summer is over, and we start gradually falling back into autumn. So yeah, duration, that's, and yeah, what we need here, I'm gonna screenshot this. This is Krakow. So basically here we can see that the sunrise, again, I want to underline one more time, adjusted for DST. adjusted for DST, that's Krakow. Without DST, it would have been an hour earlier. The sun would rise at 3:30 a.m. and again the sunset would have been at not at 9 p.m. but at 8 p.m. Let's skip Frankfurt. Let's go straight to Lille. Let's go straight to Lille. Yeah. Okay, for them, it's gonna be again because the time zone is stretched from east to west. I think for them the daylight time, total daylight time, is gonna be longer. Am I correct? It definitely looks a little bit more different than for Poles. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you see, it is a little bit slightly different. It's 16 hours and 29 minutes in total. See, okay, let's take a look. Let's go to June. And again, it also depends on not only on longitude. It's combination of longitude and latitude. How close you are to the poles or to the equator, and how far east or west you are in your time zone. Let's go June. So let's see. So yeah, for Krakow, it was duration of the day duration of the daylight was 16:22. For Lille here, it's 16:28. And again, yes, they have, but like, come on, wouldn't you? It's still profitable. DST is still profitable, even if you are in the Western Europe. Like, why would you need sunrise? Again, this is adjusted for DST. Explain this to me. Why would you need sunrise at 4:34 a.m. and you take this hour from your evenings, from the warm late spring, summer, early autumn, warm evenings when you can frolic around with your friends and family and breathe fresh air and enjoy life, or like me, sit in front of your computer all day long but enjoying the sun from your window. Why are you so against DST? Explain this to me, because I don't understand. I would like to understand, because I don't want switching to DST is one of the most exciting things that I'm looking forward during entire year. I really love this switch to this time. I really feel like I'm more alive. I don't know why, because maybe the extra hour of sunlight actually is boosting my mood. And I have another thing. So as I said in the very beginning, I don't care about farmers in this context. I don't care about farmers or Benjamin Franklin or playing golf or lawn tennis or whatever. I live in a city, and I know that for the city, DST is very important. It gives you an extra hour of daylight. Who would oppose it, and why? Explain this to me. But okay, I do acknowledge that it takes mental and health toll on some individuals. This is just a question of improving everyone's morale. Because if I hadn't seen Hannah's Fry short, I would have forgotten, even though I love switching to DST, I would have forgotten that we do this. Because like 20 years ago, I understand you have your, I don't even think that dumb phones could switch time automatically. You had to switch it manually. So yeah, 20 years ago, you had to go around your household and change all the clocks manually on your phones, mobile phones, or otherwise on your oven, microwave, in your car, etc., etc., wrist watches, and so on. But now, there is no even need to talk about it, because your phone will do it for you. So we switch from in the night from Saturday on Sunday. Most people don't have any places to be, or at least you can try and arrange them to be later in the day, not early in the morning. Yes, you sleep 1 hour less, but like again, if you don't even think about it, if you don't know about it, like you wake up and you like, and the only thing that can tip you off that something has changed during the night is actually that you go to the kitchen and you see that the clock on the oven shows a different time from what your phone shows. That's it. There is no need to sweat about it. You just like, you go about like your regular day. Your phone, your computer will do everything for you. There is no need to think about it. You just go to bed. Like I wouldn't have even known that we should change clocks this weekend. I was in my thoughts. I was researching on. I was very involved in researching how I lost and why I lost 30 kilograms during the last year. If you want to know a fun fact, that you breathe your fat out. Where does your fat go? You breathe it out. And I was very involved in this thing because I want to make another video about how I lost 30 kilos, not doing any exercise, just calorie counting. I have two amazing news for you. You breathe your fat out. There is this amazing video on YouTube. It's called The Mathematics of Weight Loss. It's a TED Talk, and the speaker is Ruben Meerman. But it's such a funny video. And another interesting fact that I learned about weight loss is that sleep is the most beneficial activity for losing weight. When you're in your most relaxed state, you don't lose a lot of calories. That's true, you lose like 1 calorie per minute versus like 5 calories per minute when you walk briskly, or you run, like 7 calories per minute. But you don't lose a lot of calories. But all those calories that you do lose, they actually come from fat. And like, because you sleep for 8 hours, ideally, that's an 8 hours of losing fat. And you can actually, like, a person can lose anywhere from 20 to 35 grams of fat per night. Yeah, another question that you then regain those fat, you regain that during the day when you eat. But if you keep yourself in calorie deficit, all you have to do to lose weight, just be in a slight calorie deficit and then sleep a lot, which I can do. I lost 30 kilograms over the course, like slightly over the year. And it is gonna be this in the middle of April. It's gonna be exactly 1 year of calorie counting for me. And I know exactly that I lost 25 kilos by calorie counting. Before that, I lost another 5 kilos. I just wasn't counting calories, but I felt that I needed like more control. I wanted to have more control over how many calories I consume, and I decided to count my calories. Yeah, and I lost 30 kilograms, and they're gone. I blew them away. Okay, so yeah, it was I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. I hope I managed to change your mind towards DST. I really love DST. I'm telling you, there aren't many things that I enjoy in this life. And switching to DST every year is something that gives me joy somehow. And it's very frustrating to learn that people are set to change that the universe is against me and wants to strip me of the only things that I love in this life. I hope that European Parliament won't give in under the pressure, and DST will stay with us. Otherwise, I'm gonna be very frustrated, and I'm gonna add it to the long list of things I cry about every night. Okay, that's it for today. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.